live. And then I'll get the links posted. So it's the YouTube one. And Jamie, you said you're going first, right?
You have to do this tonight.
Okay, so I just posted the link. We'll give it a few minutes for people to join, and then we'll get started.
Jamie, are you going first?
What?
Jamie, are you going first?
I can, yeah. Do you want to go first?
My daughter just spilled milk.
Yeah, I can go first.
My tea is everywhere.
Yeah. I can go first.
My tea is everywhere.
Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I'm just going to exit these here. These extra things. Okay. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a Triple Diamond leader, and my name is Taylor. So on this call tonight, we're going to be talking about why working your business really, really hard for these next 3 months is so, so, so important. Over this time, you're going to be planting a lot of seeds for the new year. So with the new year coming, obviously a lot of people are going to have New Year's resolutions. So they might have you know, the resolutions to make a new income, or you know, they might want to lose some weight, or they might want to grow their hair, or, you know, a lot of people set those New Year's resolutions in that new year. So with that new year, the people that you are talking to now, come that time, they're going to have that time to want to then change their life. So working now like you've never worked before is so important to make sure that you're getting many, many seeds planted. It might seem like a slower time, but I like to not really use that word, because a slower time comes with the thoughts of us believing that it's a slower time. But knowing that all the seeds you're planting now are going to be ready to harvest come that new year. So it's so important to make sure that you're following, that you're liking, that you're really building those relationships with people, so that come, like I said, that new year, they are ready to sign up, and they're going to sign up with you. So for example, like I'd used before, I said in the video from the start of this month that I went in a double diamond, and by the new that big booming time, I came out a top 100 income earner. So that is really big. That's a huge opportunity that you have in your hands. People come in this time and they could just be starting out, and they end that new boom as a diamond. And Kara, our ambassador leader, she started it as a diamond, and she promoted to a presidential. So tonight we're just going to be sharing some tips and advice. We have our diamond and above leaders, and they are here to kind of go over a few topics and then just share tips and advice. So first we're going to start out with Jamie. So if you want to just unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and then you can go.
Hey guys, I'm Jamie. I'm a double diamond leader, and I just wanted to share 2 tips that I have that I feel like are the 2 things that have made my business boom quickly. From the start, when I first started last year in November, I quickly hit double diamond in 4 months. And I think it's the main reasons why are these 2 things that I'm going to talk about. So the first thing is being active on team pages and why that's so important. We see it a lot, and we do a lot of challenges, and we do a lot of things as leaders to help our team grow and be successful, especially with challenges. And it's so important to be consistent in participating in those and on the team pages, and here's why. Being active on the team page is not only going to allow you to continue to learn through all of our experiences and through the experiences of everyone else on the team, but it'll also strengthen the way that you lead and kind of train you to be a better leader. You can see how Taylor leads, how Lindsay leads, how Michaela leads, how I lead, and kind of pick and choose and see what works best for you and your team. You're the only person that knows how your team works, so it's very important to kind of figure them out and figure out how you can lead them the best. But also you kind of get a feel for the products, and especially if you're new, being active on the team pages will definitely help you get used to the products, how to word things, what to say to potential distributors and potential customers. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. Also, when you're leading your team and you have even just one person under you, you're a leader. Rank doesn't matter. I think Michaela said it today. Like, rank doesn't matter as far as your influence, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't make you a leader because you're a Ruby. It doesn't make you a leader because you're executive. Obviously, that helps and that strengthens your leadership skills and qualities, but what makes you a leader is how you lead your team. And I know all of us are going to say it tonight. You lead by example. And so if you're not active on the team pages, don't expect your team to be. If you don't do the challenges that we make up, don't expect your team to create, or don't expect your team to be in the challenges and participate in the challenges that you make eventually. And then my second tip is about signing distributors and how I have signed distributors since the beginning. And of course, a lot of it was a lot of give and take and learning and trying new things. But the one thing that has definitely stuck and changed the way I lead and the way I sign distributors is through lifestyle posts. And I know Taylor posts about it a lot, but it's so true. People want to see your life. They want to see how It Works has changed you, how It Works has made you a better person, made you a better mom, a better student, or whatever your why is. Why or what has It Works done to strengthen you as a person? So for me, It Works, the biggest thing It Works has done is let me be a stay-at-home mom. So I kind of network and target other moms, single moms, because that's just what I am and that's what I'm familiar with. So I gear all of my lifestyle posts and It Works being like joining the business ads towards mothers or stay-at-home moms or single moms, and that's kind of my audience. But if you go to college and that's the type of people that you're trying to reach, you're going to want to make sure that you have posts that are geared towards them. So what I mean by that is if I post every day about how I'm a stay-at-home mom and how much I love being a stay-at-home mom, every single person who's not a stay-at-home mom or isn't trying to be a stay-at-home mom isn't going to care. They're not going to look at my post and say, yeah, that's me, I want to do that. They're just going to flip right past by because it doesn't reach out to them. It doesn't call them to want to talk to me, or I don't offer them something that they can use or something they can be successful in. So I want to make sure that I have a wide range or variety of things that I talk about that this company gives me. Yes, staying at home with my son is the biggest thing, but it also gives me freedom. I'm my own boss. We're all our own bosses. So it gives us the freedom to work as we please when we want. It doesn't matter if I'm working while I'm at the zoo or if I'm working while I'm at home, but just being cautious of your audience and knowing that every single time you post, there's somebody that could possibly want to join your team. So what are you going to do and what are you going to say to make them intrigued and make them want to call you or text you or email you or however they get in contact with you. So keeping your focus on that, especially with signing distributors, and I tell my team this all the time. When I first joined, the number one main reason that got me to sign is I was watching Taylor and she had just gotten a new couch. And it's a couch, yeah, to some people that's not a big deal, but like the way that she did it and the way that she took a picture of her old couch, she went and got the new couch, she took a picture of the moving people bringing her couch in, and she did it, like she got a couch. And to me, that was the turning point for me to say, like, yeah, I want that for my life. I'm ready to make this jump. So making sure that you kind of give your audience what they're looking for. If you know a lot of athletes or whatever, trainers, make sure you're, gearing towards the product and the things that we offer and the perks that they get as a distributor and things like that. So I think that, yeah, that sums it up for my tips.
Those are some great tips, and I actually loved the idea that you shared. My couch post is what brought you in. I kind of laughed about it because I was like, does she remember all the posts that I posted about my couch? But it is interesting, and that's I think that's even to something to go off of, to kind of, figure out why you joined, to really look deep down when you're trying to figure out, how do I get distributors? Think about why yourself joined. Why did you join this business? And then really launch off that and make that focus of remembering what, caught my eye on this girl's post or this guy's post to get me on board, and then focus on, going off of that. So I really like that you had shared that little comment about what made you join. And then, of course, I also loved how you shared about life posts, because it's so important. And I think people forget that, we get excited about starting a business and we get in our business mind frame. But unfortunately, the business post and that, the ad looking post aren't what turn people on. People just scroll by them even faster when they see that ad. So when it's a picture of you, or it's a picture of even your lunch or your day, but keeping in mind that you want to make sure that, I like to say your Instagram is like, like a store, and you want to make sure that your life posts are eye-catching, that they're colorful, that they're exciting. I think sometimes, I remember one of the leader had posted a picture of a food, and it was like the food picture, it was like the crock pot, and then the other picture was like their crock pot and their counter full of junk, and it was like, which picture turns you on here more? So it was really saying, focus on your life post, but make sure that those life posts are also attractive to others, and that they're not cluttery, and they don't, have that messy look where people are like, ew, that's disgusting, like, look at her kitchen, but rather than, look at that food in that crock pot, it looks delicious. But I love that you talked about life posts, because life posts is what brings people in. People buy you. They don't buy the product. They don't buy the business. They're looking into what your life is, and then they see the business and the products that you have to offer. So I love those tips, and thank you so much for sharing. So next we're going to go to Lindsay. So if you just want to introduce yourself and then take off on your tips.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Lindsay. I am a Double Diamond leader. So what I wanted to go over today is leadership, being a leader and involving yourself in your team without seeming like a manager. basically, the second you sign your first distributor, you're considered a leader. I know it's easy sometimes. I've seen it happen that people sign, you know, we all strive to sign distributors, and then let's say you get one or two, and then you yourself start to disappear. That, like, it hurts both sides. So it's going to hurt you, obviously, because you're not connecting with the people that you spend all that time pouring into to sign up. So then that person is going to go, you know, hopefully they'll still keep working, but they could also get down about their own business. So then, you know, there's two people that just kind of lost their business just like that. So when you are saying that you want distributors and, you know, everyone asks, how do I get them? What do I do? You have to remember what's involved afterwards. So being a leader and not a manager, you don't want to hound on people because we're not managers. We're all in our own business. So you literally want to be there every day just for support, guidance, and inspiration. So how can you do those things? So I always had like a group chat every day. You know, something would be posted. What do you guys need help with? You know, who's struggling with what? Really reach out and find out what people need from you. What do they want? Everyone that you sign up is going to learn differently. So some people are going to, you know, need to see videos all the time. Some people like just reading posts that you make. Some people need the one-on-one time, so FaceTimes are huge. Just texting, you know, one-on-one helps a lot. I am just starting team meetings, and that's something that's really, really huge. And if there is a team meeting in your area, go to it, because you're going to, even if they're not your direct team, you're going to pick up tips that you can bring back to your own teams. And if you are in a group where your leader or a leader is doing a meeting, go to it. Don't make up an excuse not to go. Don't make it so it seems like, oh, I have this work meeting to go to. You should feel like, yes, there's a meeting, I can't wait to go. Because you don't go up if you don't show up, and that's said so many times. So if, you know, your leader is putting on team meetings like that, go to them. They're only a few hours, and they're a lot of fun. And you pick up tips, and then you can start doing it for your own teams. And I know a lot of people work, and I did work before. That was one of my goals, to stop working. So when I did work and I was building a team, of course it was stressful because you're at work and you're trying to, you know, be there for all these people, but you just have to learn how to manage. Set aside time, let your team know, you know, this is when I work, this is when I'm available for questions. And then just get back to them. Or if someone texts you in the middle of the day, just say, hey, I'm still at work, I'll be off at this time, can I get back to you later? So there's definitely ways to manage balancing a team and working a job, just like balancing your business and working a job. So it's all about managing time, which is huge to be a leader. You know, you don't want to burn yourself out so, you know, that you're not there for everybody, and you yourself get, you know, discouraged, but training those leaders in your team to manage that time as well is going to take off the burden on you too. I think Alyssa Wilbur posted a video about, you know, when you are building a team, make sure you're asking these people, do they want that, before you just go ahead and build them to Ruby, because somebody might not want to be Ruby. Somebody might just want to be executive for 6 months. Who knows? But you have to communicate with your team and see what they want. So that's huge, not building someone that doesn't want it. I think that's all my tips. I rambled for a really long time.
No, those were great tips. And I loved, you know, pointing out that if you want to, you know, sign those distributors, make sure you're ready to lead them. And I think even if you're sitting at it now and you're looking to sign distributors, know that, you know, people are going to sign up with you and they're going to trust you to help lead them. And it's so important, you know, you can't, you know, and when you're doing it, make sure you're leading from the front and you're really doing what you want your team to do as well, because it's going to help you become a better leader and it's going to help your team stem off of what you're showing them. But if you don't, you know, if you're signing people and you're not really caring about them, chances are they're not going to care about their business as well. So that's definitely a great tip, and thank you for sharing. So Michaela, if you want to go and unmute yourself and then just share your tip and introduce yourself, and yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Hi. My name is Michaela Alexander. I'm a double diamond leader with It Works. I've been in the business since December 2014. So I know what it means when like Taylor and everybody talks about planting the seeds now and harvesting and getting ready for the boom in January. My tips that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is separating your Instagram from your Facebook and knowing sort of what to post between the two. I know I'm someone that did this when I first started. I would link them together, and it seems easy way out. It's not. You have to realize that Facebook and Instagram is completely different. They have similarities, but it's important to keep them separated and know what your target audience is. I find that Facebook is more personal. You have more friends on Facebook, and it's all about like personal. Like you want to connect it with an emotion. Instagram is more about the adventure. So, like Jamie said before, being able to connect with different your target audience, whether it's a stay-at-home mom, a student, you want to be able to have different pictures and different things going on in your life that you can anybody that's scrolling through your pictures can want what you have. So that's really important, and showing like you really want to stand out compared to everybody else. It's really important not to look like you're an advertisement. Showing lifestyle and showing people that you're real. Sorry, my daughter's wide awake. Showing people that you're what? Okay. Showing people that you're real, like that this is real life, and that you're working this business alongside taking care of your children or taking care of family or going to work. I'm a huge fan of filters because you have to remember you want to stand out. You have like, I think it's like 1 or 2 minutes to grab somebody's attention. When they're scrolling through their news feeds, you want to pop out. They're only going to go through how many pictures? Like the first few, like dozen pictures, not even. And you want to stand out. So when they're scrolling through their pictures, that you want to make sure that they stop at your picture and see that you're different compared to everybody else. Whether you're showing people that you're on a crazy adventure and you're taking your kids to the zoo, or you're a stay-at-home mom and you're working your business alongside paying your bills and being home with your children. Maybe you're a full-time student. Full-time students need to make an income to pay off their debts and their student loans. So show people how you're working your business while being a full-time student. And you want to make sure that they're catchy. So using filters, using bright colors, like Taylor said before, you don't want to show people your mess. You don't want to show, when you're taking a picture, make sure, even if you have to it's a selfie or you're taking a picture of your life, you don't want to show people your mess in the background. So whether you take a picture of your child and you put a nice background, like you put them on a couch where there's no mess surrounding your baby, or you put them up against the wall so there's nothing that they don't see the garbage around, or they don't see the dishes. They want to see that your life is put together and that you're a leader that knows where they're going. They don't want to see your mess, and when they see mess, they think, okay, well, how is she leading her business when there's a mess in the background? Sorry, I'm getting really distracted because she's like
your mess right now.
Right? Like, this is not a good time to take a picture because my child is running around and I'm disoriented and I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's really important. Goodness me, what was I saying? What was I saying? I'm so sorry.
I was just going to interrupt actually, because what you were pointing out was really good. And it, making sure that your pictures are appealing, because people want to join off of, that appeal. But knowing that obviously our lives aren't perfect, and we don't want to come off that we're just this perfect little person and our lives are so perfect. So it's not to say to, change your life to display, and add pictures to your Instagram, but to know that your pictures is what sells your business. So when a picture has that clutter, like I had used before, of that messy counter, and you're taking a picture of the counter and like, I just made this chili, and people are like, look at that mess. That's just what people's eyes are drawn to. But when you really capture into that moment that you're wanting people to see, it's so important to make sure that, if I was to post a picture of myself and I had all this dirty laundry, and maybe I was making a joke, like, look at all this dirty laundry, then that's okay, because now you're saying, look at this mess, like, what am I going to do? My laundry's piling up. How do you guys handle laundry? And then it's pulling them in, like, maybe you're wanting people to share tips on that. But if you're taking a picture of yourself and you're wanting them to pay attention to you, and you've got a big mess going on in the background, then they completely are turned off by that. So I really loved how you pointed that out. And you can go on. I just wanted to share that.
I love how my daughter's like completely quiet when you're talking. She's like running around and pulling things apart. Of course. Yeah, so I think that's really important. Just ignore her. Just making sure she doesn't get intimidated. Yeah, and it is important to show people like your life is not perfect, but to show people like you don't want to show off like things that they don't want to see. They want to be intrigued by your life. They want what you have. Like, you have to stop and think and be like, okay, if I post this picture, are they going to stop and be like, I want that. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to go to the zoo with my kids. Or are they going to see your picture and go, ew, like, she's got laundry too? She says she's making all this money and she's got dirty laundry everywhere. So you really need to stop and think. And even if you have to, like, you're not a fan of selfies or you're not a fan of taking pictures of yourself, and you stop, take a picture, look at it and think to yourself first. Do I look professional? Do I look put together? Do I sorry. Do I look put together? Or do I look presentable? And if you have to take 1 or 2 or 3 selfies before you post that picture and brighten it up, do it, because it'll pay off in the long run. And then really getting deep into your why. That's really, really important with Facebook. Making sure that everything is, you want to be personal and really catch people's attention again. And if nobody has watched it, I would recommend going to John Eric's YouTube channel and watching his 7, he did a Periscope last week on his 7 tips on how to use Facebook. And it was, there was a little bit about it. I don't know if you want me to go over it or just, if you guys have time, go and watch John Eric.
Yeah, and I think I also posted the tips.
Yeah.
I saw another leader had written them, and I think I posted them on the team page, if I was correct.
Yeah.
So I could just bump that, and then people could read it there too.
But yeah, that's pretty much my tips. Sorry, I'm.
No, it's okay. No, they're all great tips. So I think, the important thing is really paying yourself to be a leader, to follow the leaderships that, that people are giving you on advice. So, really focus on how can I better my Instagram? How can I better my Facebook? To make sure that all those seeds I'm planting are going to now want to be harvested come that new year, that they're going to be attracted to me as a distributor. We obviously want to make sure we're staying away of having an Instagram full of it works. It's a complete turnoff. No one wants to see it. And that's where people are coming in and saying, I'm annoyed by these It Works posts. I don't want to see this It Works post. So make sure that your store, your Instagram is your store. So when someone walks into your store, you want to make sure that it is appealing, that it is attractive to the eye. And yes, you're probably going to see a lot more people like your personal post versus your Instagram post, and that's another reason why it's so important to get those like posts in. Another big tip is also following. You want to make sure you are growing your audience every single day, and knowing that the people you follow might not follow you back. So you want to make sure you're following probably 200 to 300 people a day. My biggest thing is obviously because I'm home, I follow every hour. I'm unfollowing and following, unfollowing and following, because I want to gain as many followers as I can in this time period, so that during this next boom, I am ready to go. All my seeds are ready to be harvested, and I am signing them and I'm helping them get started, and I'm going to enter that boom time with good, strong seeds planted. Another good thing is also being positive and excited. So if you're just starting out, get excited about that diamond chart. Get a diamond chart out and say, I'm filling out my diamond chart. Do you want to be a part of my diamond team? Diamonds make on average $2,000. Does this interest you? Really start to focus on what your life will be like in this boom. Because one, you're getting that energy out there. You're really talking about what you want your life to be, so that energy can be returned to you. And you're getting your followers excited. They're like, wow, she's going to go diamond. And I want you to know that every single person on this call went through that boom time as a diamond and came out of the boom time as a double. So, and all these girls that you just heard from literally just started in this time. So these were all seeds. Michaela even started in December. Jamie started in October, and Lindsay started in November. Okay, so she started in, so all in these next 3 months is when I signed these girls up, and they just came in running. They, followed those steps, and I know when someone says post 12 times a day, you're like, that is ridiculous. I do not have time to post 12 times a day. But if you want your business to boom in this next year, you have time to post 12 times a day. Those posts is what brings people in, because the more they see you, and I'm saying personal, the more you blow up their feed about your life, how you feel, what It Works is doing for you, what it can do for them, that's what attracts them. They don't even really care about those ad posts, but really focusing on what you feel. People buy the business on how you feel, the way you're living your life. People want happiness. People want to feel content, and when they see you have that, they want it. When they see you going towards that, they want to join you. They want to be a part of that. So anything is possible. If you started yesterday, if you started last week, I want you to, after this call, I want you to, write out a diamond chart, print it out if you have a printer, and focus that this is my goal for the new year boom. I'm going to be a diamond. I'm going to be a double. Because like I said, these girls just were starting to sign up. They were watching me, and Jamie signed this month, and then Lindsay signed next month, and then at the end of December, Michaela started, and they came out of that boom time as a double diamond. I want that to sink in with you, because anything is possible right now. And if you want this business to change your life, the time is now to buckle down and work like you have never worked your business before. And I mean following every hour. If you can do that. If you're at work all day, when you get home, make sure you're using that night to follow like crazy. I've read a few posts, and they say successful people are successful because their success is more important than their sleep. And probably literally for a year and a half, I have gone to bed at 1 o'clock at the earliest, midnight every night, because I know it is crucial to make small sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. I'm focusing on my future, and in a year, in a year from this time, I want to be, I have goals for myself, and to follow them and to get those goals, I have to make those small sacrifices today. And I mean, a night, a year to go to bed at 1 o'clock midnight, and I'm still up at 6. Anzo's still up, and he doesn't even sleep through the night. So I'm still exhausted. Yes, I'm home, but I'm still exhausting myself to know that this success is so important to me. It's so important for my family, that I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to do what I need to do. And if you are thinking, okay, yes, I need to do that, the time to do that is now. You are so in this point of all these seeds that you're planting are going to change your business. So making sure that you're, like I said, you're positive, you're excited. Print out that diamond chart. I don't care when you started, how your business has been. Say you started 6 months ago and you're still not a diamond. I don't care. You're going to go and print out that diamond chart, and your focus is going to be diamond. Get the energy out there. Watch The Secret to know that what you think is under your control. And knowing that if you believe in yourself and just claim that goal, that anything is possible, and that you can get all those seeds planted, and come harvest time, they're all ready to harvest, and all of a sudden you're like, holy moly, it's the end of January and my diamond chart's filled out. All I need now is group volume. This is unreal. That's what can happen to your business. So know that you have so much power right now in your business, and you can either use this power to change your life and change your business, or you can use this power to sit around and, you know, move your thumbs around and sit here like lollygagging and it not do anything, and then you're going to constantly be watching these other people like, why is my business doing that? What's going on? Well, if you're not posting, if you're not following, if you're not being excited about your life and excited about your business and making sure that those seeds are getting out there, that's what's happening. My number one thing is when someone tells me how they're doing, the first thing I will say, and I'm sure the people watching can agree, is I say, how is posting going? Because if you are not posting and opening your mouth and opening your Instagram store and opening your Facebook store, no one knows you're running a business. If they see one post, they're like, oh, cool, what's that? And then it's out of their mind. The more you post, the more you get out there, the more excitement you show about your life and what this business is doing for you. It's going to change your life. Us all here are sitting here, there's 4 of us, and we are proof that this business can change your life and that anyone is capable of doing this. So does anyone have any other thing that you might have wanted to share that you might have missed, or any other tips or anything like that?
Sorry, I was just wanting to point out that I watched Taylor for 9 months before I joined this business. So what you're doing right now, when Taylor says like people are watching you and like you're planting those seeds, you really are, because people are watching you and they're waiting for that right time or just that right picture for you to just click and be like, okay, I can't handle, I need to be a part of this. Or they're saving up the money and they do it, and all of a sudden they're like, okay, I'm ready. I want a part of this. What do I need to do? So understand that I watched for a whole, almost like 9 months, and Taylor is my husband's cousin. So, like, we're family, and I never said one thing until I just was like, I can't handle this anymore. I need to be home with my daughter, because I was watching. So know that, you know, it's true. Like, people really will watch you. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, you gave me goosebumps talking about it, because it is true. And those 12 posts you're posting every single day, it may seem like a crazy number, but that is what's getting people interested. They're like, what is going on with this girl's life? And, you know, at the end of the day, they might be like, oh, I got to go check out that girl's Instagram. Like, what did she do today with their life? And like Michaela said, they're going to see that one picture that you probably think is silly and that wasn't even that great, and they're going to be like, man, that girl keeps posting. This post is catching my eye. It's time to just change my life. And to know that for the next 3 months, you might have someone that's starting to watch you now, and in January, when they make those New Year's resolutions, they're ready to sign up, and all those 12 posts that you did every single day up until that point got into their head and made them realize that their time is now and that they need to just stop watching and they want to join. So I love that you pointed that out. Did anyone else have anything?
The one thing that I wanted to bring up, the training page, there's a lot of like interactive posts that are meant to like help your business, and I know not everybody's doing them, so make sure you're doing the training, because it's going to keep you active every day so that you don't like lose that momentum when you first start.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And if you feel like you're going through a slow time or you need to get your motivation back, and say you've been in the business for 6 months or wherever you are, go back to the training page. The training page has great posts, and say, I'm going to do this 30-day push. I'm going to re-educate myself, get that momentum back, and go back to the those 30 days and just follow them. And then you can get that momentum back, get that excitement back, and really, yeah, I really like how you pointed that out. Jamie, did you have anything?
Yeah, I was just gonna add, I hear a lot, and even I've said it before, like leaders saying, "Oh, my team doesn't work," or "I just don't have any runners," or whatever. And yeah, although that may be a reality in your charts and in your team, but at the same time, as leaders and just as distributors, period, our job is to do the steps to success every month. That's 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors. And if you're doing that every single month, you will succeed, whether or not you have runners on your team, whether or not you have people working every day as hard as you are. But I know we say this a lot, like you design your own paycheck and you determine your own success, but you can't say that enough because it is so true. Like in this business, you design every single step of the way. So when you start to lead your team, realize and remember that yes, you lead them, but at the same time, you still need to be working your business.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think the biggest thing is, I mean, for those of you who don't know, I'm a triple diamond now, but it took me 7 months, 7 hard working months to get to diamond. And that's the truth of my journey. It took me 7 months to get to diamond. So that meant in that time period, you know, if I slowed down or if I wasn't consistent in my business, I was just signing up distributors who weren't going to be consistent in their business. And it takes a lot of self-development, figuring out what you feel towards your business. How can I better my business to be a better leader, to attract people that want this the way I do? So yes, it's definitely important to, you know, stick to, you know, leading from the front and really focusing that when you lead, you're going to attract other people that lead. But I think in my personal journey, I had to really figure out what was I doing that I wasn't attracting leaders? And I really felt that I was just getting by. I was doing the whole posting, but I wasn't excited about my posts. I wasn't feeling the business. It was a struggle to like feel it when I was constantly like wondering, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And then one day, halfway through September is when I promoted last year to Diamond. I said to myself, why do I keep asking myself, when is this going to happen? I need to make it happen. And in September of last year, when I went diamond, I enrolled 22 loyal customers because I said, you know what, it's time to stop saying when and just make it happen. And then all of a sudden, when I decided that, you know, that I was going to work this business and I was going to be the leader that I needed to be for my business, I started to attract other leaders as well. And it's okay. It's okay to not come in this as a leader because we don't expect to be leaders. You know, we join obviously for ourselves to make money. We don't think that we have to become a leader for other people and inspire them and help lead them and help educate them. We just think, hey, cool, I'm going to learn this and I'm going to make money and I'm going to be home, or, you know, whatever your goal is. And then all of a sudden you realize how much of a leader you need to be, and that it's okay to, you know, to have to learn the leadership skills, but to know that as soon as you sign up a distributor, to let yourself learn and to let yourself grow as a person is so important. So I guess that pretty much sums it up. If you need to, go back through it and watch the video again if you didn't take notes, to figure out the ways to really plant seeds. So I guess just to go over working your Instagram properly. Another big tip is for Instagram is using the emojis. It was something that I was really, really against using, and I had a really hard time using them because in my eyes it was coming off as unprofessional. But at the end of the day, yes, I'm running a business, so when I'm talking to people, I want to be professional. But like I said before, your Instagram is a store, so you want it to be attractive. And, you know, even myself, I would stop to read people's posts when they had the emojis in their posts rather than just a bunch of words. So it really helps to stop people. Making sure that your pictures are exciting and that you're really capturing what you want people to see in your photo and not what, you know, that clutter or that mess. Staying positive, making sure that you're excited for the business and what's to come. And even if you do some self-development to learn how to be a leader, so that come, you know, January and that booming time, you're ready to be a leader and you're excited to lead other people. So really working through whatever you need to work through, if you have anything to work through, over these next 3 months, so that, you know, when you are starting to sign distributors and grow your business and grow your team, you're ready to lead them from the front and you know exactly how to stay positive and excited and that kind of stuff. So yeah, thank you all for sharing your tips and advice. And again, I'm so proud of you all for all you have done every day. And I hope you guys enjoyed this call as well. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments below. And for the next little bit, I'll be happy to get back to them. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye.